I hope the committee refuses this application, as we are 33% over our policy of the 10% with a 50-metre radius. I believe if this application is voted in favour today, it will show the wrong message to our residents that this council and committee doesn't own up and take responsibility to our mistakes. We should not make the mistake even more of a failure. If the applicant wants to go to the government inspector, let them, because at least then we can hold our head high as a council and say we made a mistake, we're not going to add to this mistake.
I don't think we should be encouraging further overcrowding of people in this area, and our policy is there for a reason, and I believe this proposal isn't conducive to a mixed and balanced community. I therefore propose that we refuse the application.
That is not a clever way of representing these statistics. The facts are very clear. The space standards are up to our standards. In fact, it's quite a generous property. We've talked about, and I think agreed, the physical changes that are not permitted to develop are agreeable and will not adversely affect the appearance of the building and its keeping alongside neighbours. I think that the use of this word, the 30%, it's a percent of a percent you're talking about, which is not really very helpful. We have an HMO there which is already acceptable to neighbours, and if they've had any problems, they've sorted them out in a neighbourly way, I presume.
It's unfortunate that an error was made during a very difficult period for the department. However, this error has absolutely no bearing on this application before you. The property was granted planning to be a HMO and is currently tenanted by 6 individuals. Portsmouth planning policy has sought to reapply the 10% density to existing HMOs previously, which has been challenged and won at appeal over half a dozen times. In each case, the inspector concluded that the increase of occupants to an existing HMO would not cause further imbalance to the community, as the property was already a HMO property, and its use would not change by adding occupants.
An increase of 1 or 2 is not, does not change the overall balance of the community. We have been turned down in the past on this.
Councillor, can I just check, when you're talking about 1 or 2 and 6 or 7, you were talking about people, not houses?
People, not houses, yes.
I think we need to be very, very clear that the 10% rule is incredibly important and we will defend it.
It's important, Chair, that the public realise that were there another application in this footprint, this 50-metre radius, we would absolutely not even, we would refuse it straight away.
Can I see those in favour of granting planning permission, please show. And those against, please show. That is 6 to 4, planning permission is granted.
Follow or subscribe for more.